the last video, I talked very briefly about how to get out of the funk. And the way I did this is I talked about 7 tips, 7 things that I think are very helpful to move someone from a point in which they're not flying high to really focusing on the basics so that they can get themselves moving again. I talked about there being a physical, a mental, and a spiritual domain for each of these. So what I wanted to do in this video was show how you will go from it won't just help you getting out of a funk and feeling normal. It will actually propel you towards greater success and greater enjoyment, greater fulfillment in life. Effectively, what happens is that we create an image for the life we want to live. And if we get our physical domain correct and we get our mental domain correct, and we are in the habit of doing the basics right, then we naturally move towards our life's vision. There's more than just simply having one. There's also having a plan. And I think the simplest plan you can have is to come up with your life vision and to start trying to bring it into reality. Right. And so if you start taking steps, any step that you can towards your life vision, then you are well on the path to bringing balance towards your physical and mental life, because there's a reason to sleep well, a reason to get your nutrition right, a reason to move regularly. You've got a reason to meditate, a reason to read, and a reason to journal. It's because all of these serve the overall vision for your life. If you get these 6 things right, every single other thing that you want to do in your life will become easier. By having a good general rule, and that is doing the basics right, then your life vision will manifest and materialize just as a matter of sheer causality. You are causing the events in your life. You're causing the conditions in your life to be appropriate for the type of life you want to live. And therefore, the type of life that you want to live will naturally find its home around you. So these are the 7 tips. These are the 7 things that I think can bring balance to your life. They're great as a model for getting out of a funk, and they go well beyond just getting out of a funk. They help take you a long way towards having a clear direction for your life, and they help you get meaning for each of the things that you do. And because anyone who does all of these things well will be able to do it across any domain of their own personal interest. So if you want to be a carpenter, if you want to be a musician, if you want to be a banker, if you want to be a scientist, you can slot that there at the top with your life's vision, and all of the 6 things that undergird that still stay in place. And that's a pretty powerful thing, to know that you can do these 6 things combined with your life vision, so 7 things, and know that by doing them, they will work in any domain. So this is something that we might call domain generality. It means that we've discovered a general principle. It's sort of like a law of nature. If if we apply the laws of nature, like gravity, in their right place, then we get to benefit from them. So the benefit of us treating gravity as something that is a law of nature means we can use it to our advantage. Like in, for example, surfing. Surfing is the combination of gravity across different expressions, right? So we've got the wave interference of the water as the moon cycles around the Earth and they interact with local conditions. We get these waves and they're quite regular. And then we, as a physical body, can go into the surf. And if we, in the first case, if we know the laws of nature and we apply them and use them to our advantage, well, we can have an incredibly fun and enjoyable time because we can ride that wave. We can ride all those waves. We can apply the principles of the laws of nature to surfing and use gravity for fun. Whereas in the second case, if we don't pay attention to the laws of nature and we don't try to figure out how they work, then we can find in the same waters that a surfer is capable of surfing and enjoying himself, in those same waters, we can drown. We can be thrashed around, completely bent and broken. And in fact, it can even kill us if we don't take notice of the basic laws. So the simple thing is that if we pay attention to what works and we figure out the general principles of life, then we can live a life that's really, really enjoyable. And this is a great discovery, because then we can surf and clown around in the exact same waters that would drown us if we remained ignorant to them. So bringing this back to our life vision, life purpose, if we make ourselves clear on what it is that we want in life, and then we observe these fundamental sort of general principles, Like, we make sure that we treat our body right by giving it enough sleep, eating good food, and moving it regularly in enjoyable ways, coming to rest and meditating, focusing our mind, reading things that will help improve us on the journey we're on, and journaling our thoughts so that we are giving expression to the best and the worst aspects of ourselves. These are effectively like laws of nature for the mind. Whatever our life's vision is, we will move naturally towards that if we get our physical and mental capabilities and conditions, if we understand them. Whereas if we don't, if we never give ourselves the right sleep, the right nutrition, we don't take care of our bodies, if we never meditate and read and journal, then we get thrashed by life's circumstances, and we have almost no hope of moving towards our life vision. These principles are more than just about getting out of a funk. They are about understanding the core principles of life so that we can make best use of them and move towards the vision of our life that we have with the best efficiency.